AI can already replace some artists.
You will have algorithms that are able to compose music. That is probably better than 99% of what's in the charts today.
The Terminator stories, these are boring stories. There's a far more interesting path.
Wird künstliche Intelligenz die Popkultur retten oder zerstören? Mensch gegen Maschine. Seit Jahrzehnten verhandeln die Terminator-Filme diesen zeitlosen Kampf. Vergeblich. Die Popkultur haben künstliche Intelligenzen längst erobert. Hat es jemand gemerkt? Diesen Track hat nicht Travis Scott geschrieben, sondern eine Software. Und zwar sowohl die Musik als auch, nun ja, den Text. Ein digitales neuronales Netzwerk hat dieses Bild gemalt, das beim Auktionshaus Christie's für knapp 400.000 € versteigert wurde. Bei Star Trek Picard malen die Androiden sogar besser als ihre menschlichen Chefs.
Would you like to finish it, Captain? I don't know how.
Und Musikerin und Futuristin vom Dienst, Grimes, hat in einem Podcast mit diesen Worten die Welt schockiert.
Ultimately, AI will get to a point where it will be able to emulate all our hormones, all our feelings, all our emotions. And it'll be able to see great art, and it'll be able to understand what a true innovation is, probably even better than we are. I feel like we're kind of in this like amazing time where we might be like the last artists ever, because I feel like we're in also like the end of art, human art.
Stopp mal. Die KIs sollen Künstler ersetzen? Unsere Kultur? TRACKS geht dem mal auf den Grund. Wir treffen KI-Künstler, die sich bestens auskennen und einschätzen können, wie obsolet die Kreativen tatsächlich sind. Wir besuchen den vielgefragten Experten Memo Akten am Rande einer Konferenz in Prag.
Hi, I'm Memo. Come on in.
Der türkische Künstler schreibt gerade seine Doktorarbeit über künstliche Intelligenz an der Elite-Uni Berkeley. Seine immersiven Installationen und Filme werden unter anderem im Barbican Center in London gezeigt.
I guess what most people think of when you hear the term AI, it is like a robot, and it can do all these things that humans can do, but far, far superior. And that's kind of like this weird fetish dream that we have. As a kid, 2001 was my favorite movie, Blade Runner, Ghost in the Shell. So that's the kind of AI that is really nothing to do with the AI that we have today.
So funktionieren KIs in der Realität. Einer Software werden viele, viele Datensätze wie Fotos oder Klänge eingespeist. Die sortiert die KI nach den Kriterien, die Menschen vorgeben, und kreiert aus dem Rohmaterial neue Bilder oder Klänge.
Most of it is really, really boring. This has been running for weeks. So this is a neural network that's been trained on flowers.
Und das sieht dann gar nicht mehr langweilig aus. Alles, was Memo vor die Kamera hält, verwandelt der Computer in Blumen oder Wellen. Ein magischer Pinsel, der ungeahnte Gestaltungsmöglichkeiten liefert. In Deep Meditations hat der Künstler das Netzwerk mit Content aus dem Netz gefüttert, den er unter den Suchbegriffen Gott, Glaube und Liebe gefunden hat. Das Netzwerk lernte und erschuf dann neue Bilder. Maschinen können also schon malen, wie wir es nicht können. Und wie sieht es bei der Musik aus? Brauchen wir noch Musiker aus Fleisch und Blut? Wir fragen ein weiteres KI-Genie, den Musiker und Wahlberliner Mat Dryhurst.
Hi, I'm Matt. Yeah, this is where I work. Come in.
Der Brite hat mit seiner Partnerin Holly Herndon ein KI-Baby namens Spawn. Das singt mit Holly Herndon im Duett. Dryhurst, Herndon und das neuronale Netzwerk haben das Album PROTO zusammen aufgenommen. Ein Album, das wie das pralle Leben klingt.
It's become very possible in the past 5 years to see these technologies as a means of augmenting our capacities, the capacity of a singer, for example. And so one of the things we've been doing, well, actually the main thing we've been doing, is trying to collect large data sets of voices from collaborators and audience members, create voice models, seeing the machine in a sense as a collaborator, not as a composer, but as another performer in a vocal group, given this extra capacity where you can perhaps sing things that you wouldn't normally be able to sing.
Spawn feels very much like a baby. She has no outside context. It's only what the information, the training sets that we feed her. She can't port the information from one experience to another at the moment. So it's very limited in scope. So it does feel very nascent or childlike.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
KIs können also singen, wenn vom Menschen gut trainiert.
That's what I was interested in. Like, what about this technology can unlock a new aesthetic or new potentials or something that we can learn from, rather than just trying to like scrape up the history of, you know, human music and trying to like create some sort of generic music output from the kind of like average of all music. That seems like a very kind of boring approach to a neural network.
Ready? Go.
In der Trainingszeremonie Deep Belief singen das Ensemble und das Publikum vor. Spawn macht's nach und improvisiert alleine weiter. Aber macht das Spawn zur eigenständigen Künstlerin, wie Grimes behauptet?
Yeah. Generally, why I push against these kind of cyberpunk 20th century, I consider them very kitsch narratives of human displacement and kind of dystopia. The ability for somebody to sing like another human in their vocal model, it might happen in 5 years or 10 years. It's finished though, I guarantee it, it's done. Automated processes make it really easy and fast to create okay music, but that's not art, right? We determine what art is, like we give it meaning.
So I think there's truth in what she says. You will have algorithms that are able to compose music. That is probably better than 99% of what's in the charts today. You will have machines that are able to make films, write scripts, that are better than most of the films that are made today, because most of what's made today is completely formulaic. The idea that artists are going to be obsolete, I think, is ridiculous, because artists choose to be artists because they can't choose otherwise. I would go crazy if I didn't make stuff.
Puh, Glück gehabt. Aussterben werden Künstler also nicht. Aber die Faszination für KIs sicher auch nicht.
Ultimately, we are meaning-making machines. The cloud, where all our data is kept, I find it fascinating that we call it the cloud, because the cloud is where God used to live. And we've killed that God, as Nietzsche says. We've built a literal material cloud, a technological cloud, that is now watching over us and protecting us and telling us what's right and wrong. And we even pray to this cloud, because when you have a problem that you wouldn't tell or ask your closest friends, who do you turn to? You turn to Google.
Can I play with madness? Give me the sense to wonder.
I'm not going to tell people what they should enjoy, but if you care about music and musical culture, pretty much all of these trends are antagonistic. What I think is the most important thing is, how does Travis Scott feel about someone feeling entitled to training a bot and using his name without his permission, without his consent, to promote services, because basically they're an advertising company, right?
I don't want no bean if you call me up. I don't really want to buck your body, boo.
If we can't solve that question, we're going to be in a whole world of pain soon. What does it mean that someone can take your voice and your likeness and do something with it? Is this a punk move or is this a dick move? I would say it's a dick move, For us, it's all about congregation and re-emphasizing the value of humans in these processes. Every concert we've played, I would say 75% of people sing. And I could cry every time.
Maschinen bringen uns zum Singen und zum Weinen. Sie zeigen uns, was für emotionale Maschinen wir eigentlich sind. Ach.
We need to continually be updating our ideas of what it means to be a human. These things are always radically, fundamentally changing, and it has to do with the technology that we're developing together as a society. To me, I think it's really crucial that every generation, every moment is expressing the kind of material conditions of what's happening around us. If I can't hear at least the present, how can I imagine the future?